It's time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
All right, what is going on, faithful? Welcome to another episode of the 49ers Rush Podcast. And with me, which is, man, this is back-to-back weeks now. We're starting to get a little steady in our relationship here, Wayne.
I like
Wonderful to have you with us. Wayne Breezie of Nitty Gritty Niners. Man, how's your week going?
Week is going really good, man. Wait, it's only Tuesday, though. So tomorrow's hump day. But it's a short week. It's a short week. Because Good Friday's on Friday, so that means tomorrow I got report card conferences, Thursday report card conferences, Friday no school, baby. Let's go.
See, this is my school's spring break, so I've had off all week. So that's why there's so much content out there for me, all the people that are listed. I've got no classes this week, man. So I'm just chilling. We follow the church calendar. I teach at an Armenian school. And so, yeah, man, we've had off all week, and I'm just freaking – I'm coasting right now.
You living it up right now, brother. That's man. That's why you out there playing basketball 4 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is true. And yeah, I was telling Wade, I've been playing basketball a lot the past month, and freaking strained my calf today. And I wasn't even playing basketball when I got hurt. I played basketball, then I went jogging afterwards and popped my calf. So that's wonderful. Just a little check to put me right back where I belong, which is on the couch drinking beer, which is what I will be doing immediately after the conclusion of this show. Shout out to everybody coming in the chat, #CC. I love it, man. Oh, look at this, Judd. I got to throw this up there. Longtime viewer, first time entering the #CC club. I love it, Judd.
That's what's up.
This is awesome. And again, we do the #CC for the first 90 seconds of every live video we do. Then your name's going to a draw and we do giveaways. We just did 10 giveaways in a row. I'm not planning on doing a giveaway this show, but we got some big stuff coming up in light of the draft. I think I have 20 autographed jerseys, Wayne, for our draft weekend.
Wow.
We're just going to be, I'm going to be like Oprah. Just like you get a jersey.
You get a jersey. You don't get one, but you get a jersey.
Yeah, there we go. Kyle says you guys are both teachers.
Yeah.
There you go. My dream, teaching and covering the 49ers. Hey, there it is, man. Help kids have fun. Now, Wayne.
Yes.
Speaking of having fun and craziness,
okay.
I would feel remiss if we didn't talk about just the Deebo drama that continues to escalate and build on both sides, you might say. So we had Matt Mayoko, who, again, the quote was very taken out of context, which the media is very, very good at, basically saying that the 49ers would listen to trade offers for Deebo. They'd listen to trade offers for anybody. And this wasn't a direct quote from anybody in the 49ers front office.
Right.
However, I think that is true. We're not too far removed from the DeForest Buckner trade, which, ripped John Chapman's heart out. Is there a point... And let's do this and bring everybody back down to sanity. Is there a point that the front office and Deebo's relationship kind of sours to the point where it is time to move on, in your opinion?
I think there is. I think you have to have the optimism to say that, you know what, there is a scenario where Deebo can be traded. Only because we watched it happen 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so like you said, it ripped the heart out of your chest. This would literally rip off, the heart and would take my brain. I'd turn into a zombie if they get rid of Deebo Samuel, because he was the life of the 49ers. Like you know what Deebo represents, in my opinion, for the 49ers? The blood. It flows. He injected the blood through the veins and allowed it to flow to every organ of the body. You take Deebo away, the blood kind of doesn't work properly. You know what I'm saying? And so they're going to have to figure something out. It's probably going to have to come down to Deebo and his camp more say. I think the 49ers are going to get to a number, and they're probably not going to budge. It's probably what it's going to be. I'm hoping the number is like slightly above the 25. I'm hoping.
Here's okay. The 49ers are very strict negotiators. They always have been. And if this contract does get extended, it's going to take place in training camp, just like Kittle, just like Warner. But the new CBA puts everything on the team. The team has all the leverage. So let's say the 49ers offer, hey, we're going to pay you $22 million a year, just throwing a number out there. And Deebo's agent says, nope, not enough. The 49ers can just go, okay, cool. And you're going to play out your rookie deal. We don't have to extend you. There's no more holdouts. You cannot hold out. If Deebo holds out, not only does he not get paid, he gets docked payment that cannot be forgiven by the team. Used to, a team would hold out and be like, oh yeah, that was in the past. No big deal. We'll forgive it. Not allowed to do that anymore. And if he held out the whole season, the season doesn't accrue. It doesn't count as an official season. So Deebo would be in the 4th year of his rookie contract the following year. So there is no, oh, I'm holding out Michael Crabtree, whatever. That does not exist anymore in the new CBA, which the players voted for. I really felt like they should have fought for more, but they raised the minimum payment, and all the undrafted free agent guys voted for it, and they passed the numbers. But even if you do, so let's say Deebo says, you know what? I'm just going to play out my rookie deal. I don't want $22 million a year. Let's move on. Well, guess what? You can franchise him the following year. Deebo has no leverage here. Zero. Am I wrong?
No, you're 100% correct. And that for Deebo is not good. Like it, and then I just feel like the 49ers will be back into a sort of kind of Jimmy Garoppolo kind of like situation again, like another year where we're just like, oh my gosh, how can we get this play? Like it's gonna get crazy, man. And I'm hoping the 49ers find a way to extend them, because I think what the 49ers do love to do, and correct me if I'm wrong, the players that they truly love, they do solids, right? They do some solids for him. And so I'm thinking they're going to give Deebo like a solid. Like, I was talking to a couple of people. I was talking to Raj and Smitty today, and we were just like, yo, man, what if we do this? What if they just did him a solid like this? Yo, Deebo, look, check this out, man. Look, I'm going to be moving Jimmy. I'll give you that money, right? So you can make about $20 million this year. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I could promise, you continue to do whatever. We can talk about contract, extension, whatever. I'm thinking that's something they're going to do. But here's the issue, John, the draft. That's the issue, because there's two things the 49ers are going to have to figure out. If they're so far away from these agreements, they have 2 weeks to figure it out, because they do not want to miss out on drafting a number 1 wide receiver in this particular draft.
Dude, well said. Yeah, if Deebo's getting traded, it's happening now. It's happening the next 2 weeks. You don't trade him after the draft, and you don't get a top-tier wide receiver for future draft picks. And here's another thing. Back to Deebo. That dude's slated to get $4 million this year. So if he wants to play hardball and say, nope, I don't want to sign $22 million because I want $25 million, which is a $3 million difference, right? So if he says that, well, guess what the difference between 4 and 22 is?
18.
Exactly. We're teachers, baby. Can't get that by us.
No.
So, you mean to tell me you're going to throw a hang up over $3 million when you're about to lose 18 if you don't sign?
If I'm his agent, I tell him to do that. A, first contract. B, if he continues to progress, he's not even in his prime. He's teetering his prime. He's just entering his prime.
26. He'll be 26 this year.
You get what I'm saying? So you figure in the next 2-3 years, bro. How old is Stephon Diggs? Isn't he like 28, something like that? Can you?
Yeah, he's older. He is older.
But that's my point. Look at the contract he's getting at that older age, his golden years. That's his last contract. Deebo, when the market goes up, it's going to be a problem. And I don't think the 49ers have a problem in extending him.
No.
And giving him the money.
They've talked about how it's been budgeted.
Absolutely. Plus, guess what's going to happen? The moment they sign him, it's going to look crazy this year, and the next year is going to look like peanuts.
Yep. Philip, thank you for the gift, my friend, on Super Chat. Always great to see Phil. One of the happiest people I know. Makes me smile all the time. Great dude.
Hey, Phil. What's going on, brother?
And again, I didn't want this to be a Deebo episode, but man, you're just hitting on so many good points, man. Like, if you're the age, what can Deebo do? Wipe his Instagram? Have his rapper buddies talk about how he needs to get paid more money? Like, shoulder shrug. I'm sorry. And it's not a front office versus Deebo. He has no leverage.
Zero.
None. And if he wants to flex, that's awesome. Play out your rookie deal, man. You're going to make $4 million this year, and we still control you the following year. This is the worst case for 49ers for me. Okay, cool, Deebo. Prove to us you can do it again.
There you
we
go.
franchise him the next year and then trade him on the
But
franchise
guess what?
tag.
Even if you franchise tag him, what's that going to be? 27, 28? It's like 30 million.
Maybe, but what's 4 plus 27 million? That comes out to, right? 30 million.
30,
That's 15 million a year. The 49ers are still ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Deebo's still losing
He still
$15
loses.
million.
That's true.
So, like, they control him. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? What
ahead.
if Deebo's not asking? What like we don't really necessarily know what Deebo is asking for. We're just going off of what his actions are and what they seem to be. But what if Deebo is content and he's willing to pay out his contract, and he's willing to accept some type of an extension, and he does understand that Deebo knows his worth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, what if Kyle says, listen, Deebo, we'll give you 23, 24, max 25 mil, right? We'll do that. You know what I'm saying? And Deebo says, well, can you lessen my role and make me more of a wide receiver? Now we're talking. Now we talking. Or can you throw a couple incentives in there to where I can make 30 million?
That's where I think it's going to be. Anytime you hear a contract, so-and-so, $25.5 million, that ain't what it is. That ain't what it is. So make them happy that way. Give them the $25 million a year. But again, it's going to come out to, a $21.5 million a year with incentives. You get an all-pro year, blah, 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 all those things. What's up, DUX? Appreciate the gift, man. I love it, dude. But I think it's you, Wayne. When you show up, people wallets open, man. So,
hey, man. I'm glad to be a blessing, brother. Let's go. This is a great conversation. This is actually the most calm I've been in Deebo talks.
Man! Look at Bill. He's bringing the history back into this.
Oh my gosh!
Too much like Ricky Waters, dude. I love Ricky running Waters.
I did love Ricky Waters. I did.
You have to, as a fan, okay. And I want to be honest, just with myself and kind of where I'm at. I love the 49ers as a fan. Yes, I cover them, but I'm a fan. You have to be able to understand this is generational wealth that these people are talking about. You can't take it personal as a fan. And I've seen people be like, I'm done with Deebo. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let them get theirs. Deebo has sacrificed literally his well-being for this franchise and has been one of the best teammates. Just think back to any game the past 2 years. What's the first thing you see? You see Deebo and Trent Williams and the boombox and the vibe. That is the culture that we're talking about. So just allow this stuff to play out. I hope he get out. And when he gets paid, I hope he gets everything. I really, really do. I love to see people get paid. I don't know where the jealousy and all that stuff. We're two teachers sitting over here. We make it scraps. But man, that doesn't matter. When other people get paid, it's a win. Nobody's losing. Jed York's not losing money. He's fine. Maybe his hairline, but not his money. Like, I should have said that.
Nope, he's not coming on the show ever. You're never going to get him on the show, bro.
Maybe after a couple drinks for him. All right. Now, Wayne, you put something out today. Let's shift to draft talk.
Okay, let's do it.
You put out your top 10 wide receivers.
I know I left some people off. I know I got flack for
good list. It's a good list.
All
right, so I'll run through it real quick, and then I'm going to ask you a couple questions about them, okay?
Go ahead.
So your list, top to bottom, okay?
Top to bottom.
1, Garrett Wilson. 2, Drake London. 3, Sky Moore. I love Sky Moore.
I know you do.
I love Sky. You like Sky Moore more than me. Talk to me about Sky Moore.
Listen, Sky Moore is a transcending type of talent that you want on this field because he can also help you in special teams. But let's talk about his route tree. Let's talk about he can line up inside, outside, on the other side, whatever side you need him to line up. He can do fast guy out, off the line of scrimmage. What's his 40? You have it off the top of your head? No,
he was quick. I'll have it here in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
4.41. There we go.
I'll take what that's faster than Deebo. All I'm gonna say is faster than Deebo. I'm gonna leave it at that. So you might imagine he'll be the fastest receiver the 49ers will have, Alan Ray McLeod or whatever like that. But I'm not looking for him to be the guy to beat the guys over the top. I'm looking for his meanness. He's tough. He's a tough kid. What is he, 6 feet? If I'm not mistaken, 6 something.
5'10", 195.
5'11". That's what I had, man.
Yeah. I love how people shrink before the combine.
Isn't that funny?
How that works. That's right.
Isn't that funny?
I'm 6'2", just so everybody knows.
Hey, man,
lucky
you.
To the combine.
Dude, I've never been over 5'8" in my entire life, so I don't understand. But no, seriously, man, this kid you have to watch his film. You have to watch his film because you'll see that you're gonna get a big package and a small body. You know what I mean? And he really comes out here and delivers. So he's my number 3, I think, on that list.
Yeah, he is, and I love it. The most forced missed tackles by a wide receiver in the entire country last year. 26.
Bingo.
I mean, he's forced to miss tackle twice a game at the college level. I love
that's
it. Next up,
that's what you
this
want.
This is probably the most popular on every 49ers podcast. Number 4, you have Christian Watson.
I have Christian Watson. You have to draft the 6. What is he? 6'4".
Big dude.
I when is the last time we've had the 6'4" type of wide receiver? Because you're a historian, so and help us out, Bill. Man. I see y'all out there. I can't think.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Juwan Jennings, I think, is 6'3", but he's small, very small compared to Christian Watson, and slower, right?
And a lot slower. Christian Watson's what, 4.3 speed, and then and my man Jennings was what, 4.6, something like that.
Oh no, he was even slower.
4.7.
He was real slow.
He was in the 4.7s, but he doesn't play slow because he plays in the slot, and so when you play in the slot, it's about your quick speed, cutting. That's what it all comes down to. And I don't even think. Yo, can you imagine having 2 guys out on the field, one with speed, one that's just big as F, and then they both can line up and then do some crazy motion, and next thing you know, what's happening? That's what you get. Christian Watson, though, is a package, right? And the thing that you really love about Christian Watson is connection with Trey Lance. And I'm sorry, that's the new trend. There's something going on about quarterbacks that play with their wide receivers in college. You've seen it happen in the NFL. And if he's at 61 and he's on that board, that better be the pick.
Yeah, and 49ers had an official interview with him, pre-draft interview. They only get 30, so if you want a little bit more fuel for that fire, man, it's there. Moving on, my number 1 wide receiver, you have number 5, Treylon Burks.
Ooh,
I am a huge Treylon Burks
How do you have
fan.
him at 1, though?
I think, okay, so here's... Whenever I do my scouting, and I'm scrolling to my notes on him right now, which is like a page and a half. I love Treylon Burks. 49ers have no shot of getting this guy,
none whatsoever.
But again, metrics wise, okay, not there. 4.55 speed, but just the size, 6'2", 225 is basically Derrick Henry at running back, at wide receiver. And my question is, I want popcorn whenever I'm watching a wide receiver.
Understood.
And whenever I watch him, especially against my Texas Longhorns, baptizing the entire defense, which they could never tackle anyway. But like that dude changed the entire makeup of the game and just ended the game by himself. It was a Deebo. He's not Deebo-like player, but a Deebo-like effect where the defense didn't want to play against him anymore because he was just snatching souls. And so this is a big bully ball guy that I think can just have a huge impact. It's very easy for me to see him just being successful, and you got to find a way. You put him on a real boring offense, perhaps not. You see what happened to Laviska Shenault. But, man, I love Treylon Burks. I really, really do like this kid.
Yeah, it's a really, really good, fun to watch. That's why you grab the popcorn because you know it. You're not going to be able to tackle him, and somehow he's going to find his way, for extra yards, which is what Kyle Shanahan likes, right? Because last time I checked, Kyle wants dogs. So if you look at my list of 10, they're all dogs.
Yeah, I'll say this. I think on your list too, whatever I saw, I was like, you could tell how much Kyle Shanahan and what he sees in wide receivers has affected our rankings of these guys.
That's true.
Moving on with your list, number 6, Jamison Williams. 7, Chris Olave. A lot of people have Chris Olave 1. I'm very low on Chris Olave. I think that he's a great wide receiver, but not in Kyle Shanahan's system.
Right. But I have him as a dog. So he's a guy that'll go get a ball, and he's a guy that can run double coverage as well. He has the speed. And so if you watched him at Ohio State, which I had no choice but to watch him because I'm a Big Ten guy, you know what I'm saying?
You're a Michigan guy, right?
I'm a Michigan guy. And so when I just watch all the Big Ten teams, it's just I have the channel, so I just watch them all. Plus I want to see, I try to scout how we playing them, we gonna play whatever. But no, seriously, man, those Ohio State boys are a problem. Garrett Wilson is probably the better of the two, but don't sleep on Chris Olave. That's why he's in my top 10.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. I think Garrett Wilson's a much higher quality player. And I will say this about your Michigan boys. I did the Georgia versus Michigan game this morning on Patreon, which I came
I have to
away.
go watch it. I have to go watch it because I want to see. Don't even tell me anything.
Yeah.
I need to go. I'll go on Patreon and watch it because
I wouldn't be mean. I wouldn't try to be mean.
no,
That's
you
not
weren't.
what it was.
You weren't. But you brought.
I was
back,
gonna spin it pro Ojabo. Like I
oh
thought
yeah, the monster. I thought he had a better game than Aiden. Honestly,
yeah, he did.
But those Georgia boys, they were something. You know what it was? Did you watch? Do you watch women's basketball?
Some.
Did you watch UConn in South Carolina?
I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch that one.
My analogy is simply this. Georgia has some big ass boys, bro. South Carolina has some big ass girls. UConn was midgets compared. They just bullied us. That's what they did. They straight up bullied us. And so we deserved to lose. We got bullied. We got Deebo'd.
It was bad. James Cook, who is now my favorite player in this draft, probably.
Was that his best game of the season? Because he rushed for like 4 touchdowns or something like that. And it was just like, what is going on here? What happened? I watched Vincent Gray, like a good DB, get put on his backside. I watched Daxton Hill not even show up. There was just players that didn't play.
And there's a lot of talent on that defense, but man, it didn't matter. It didn't matter.
They weren't ready. They weren't
all
ready.
Right, staying with wide receivers. Let's get through these. Johan Dotson, Penn State. Oh, so
big,
freaking fun.
Small package, big receiver. Steve Smith vibes. Yo, can you teach me how to comp? Like that's what I'm gonna because that's what I'm getting. I swear he's so tiny, but he goes up and gets every ball, yo. Dog.
Everyone.
And if he can develop that mentality, like he's the dog, alpha dog, he's gonna be a problem in the NFL.
I have, okay, here you go. Here I do 2 comps for each player. I do an athletic profile comp, like what their measurables, height, weight is. Then I do a play style comp. All right, so here's my Jahan Dotson comps. Okay, athletic profile, Jalen Waddle. Very similar.
Yep.
All right, here you go. You're gonna love this one. Play style comp, Antoine Randall L.
Ooh.
How'd I do? I felt good about that one. That's what he reminded me of the whole time. Like he's just got the vibes. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you, bro. Haven't heard that name in decades, bro.
I love Randall L. Man.
He was a problem. He was a problem.
One of my I hated the Steelers, but I loved him. I don't like Steelers. All right, let's finish out your top 10, and this one I'm going to talk about a little bit later. So Alec Pierce, we're just going to drop that off. We'll come back to him later, and then rounding out the top 10 is Khalil Shakur, Boise State. A lot of people like this guy.
Fast guy. I underneath guy. Can't beat you over the top, but I like him catching the ball in space. Last time I checked, Kyle Shanahan is not trying to change that up. I think he still wants his wide receivers big, small, fast or slow. He'll be able to catch the ball in space and get yards, right? That's what my boy Shakur could do, man. Just go watch him. Just go watch him.
He's fun, man.
State, yeah, he's just a fun guy to watch, man. You might not eat the whole bag of popcorn, but you definitely gonna love some of the things that he does.
That, like, one of the kind of draft axioms, perhaps, maybe I'm using that word incorrectly, is jack of all trades, ace of none, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, whenever I watch Khalil, I feel like he's like a king of all traits, ace of none. Like, there's nothing that I pinpoint as he's just great at. Mm-hmm. It's just he's really good at everything. Routes, physicality, catch point. Who can we
comp him to? Who was somebody like that?
I'll tell you my. I don't know if you have one.
I don't have a comp yet. I don't have a comp. So go ahead and tell me yours.
Okay, athletic profile. I had to go back for a ways to match somebody. Lee Evans. Okay, and then play style comp was rough because how he won was routes. I felt like his routes were good. Physicality was good. I put, and again, Reggie Wayne Light is what I put. Ooh. Reggie Wayne Light. Like, he's not a high ceiling player. He is a double player. You know what I mean? Like, he's somebody that's going to come in. I don't think he's ever going to be a Pro Bowl wide receiver. I don't think that's really his gig, but I think he's just going to be such a good role player. You know, somebody that could just be that number 2, kind of what Ayuk is now. That's probably the ceiling for him. But this is somebody you can get in the 3rd round, maybe even later.
Maybe even later. Yeah.
All right. Now I got a question for you. And let's say we're on the clock of the 3rd round. Forget whoever we pick. The 2nd round doesn't matter. Okay, you got to pick one of these 2 guys.
Okay, let's talk.
Your man, wide receiver, Alex Pierce, or slot corner, Marcus Jones. falls to the third round.
You can't do this to me.
I'm doing this to you. Come on, man. I got to know because this helps me because I have these internal questions and it's so much easier to ask this question and watch you struggle. And then all the hate mail's directed towards you. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I don't know why he said that.
Okay.
Because I love both these players.
Guys, all right. So both of these players would provide very great value for the 49ers. The 49ers will finally get a wide receiver that can have 40 speed to run down the field. And the thing I love about Alec Pierce from Cincinnati is his catch radius. And John, I think you put that out there a little while ago. Number 1 in catch radius in college football right now. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you throw the ball in his area, he's going to go up and grab it. Like Calvin Johnson style. Not saying he's Calvin. I'm just saying he has a catch radius. If I had to compliment himself to someone in the NFL, it's going to be my boy T. Higgins. I'm still mad we didn't get a T. Higgins. Now, he doesn't have T. Higgins speed, but he has T. Higgins catch radius. He's faster than T. Higgins.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I like about Alec Pierce, man. He can beat coverage. And if the ball is underthrown, just let's say Jimmy's the quarterback, he can go up there and grab it. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully he's not. So, Marcus
What's up,
Jones?
Peachy? Good to see you in here. Oh, I love it, man.
Marcus Jones, bro, is like my draft crush.
Yeah.
And so
I think he's going to be there in the third too.
He should be because of his shoulder injuries. Look, that's tough, man. We got wide receivers. We don't have a slot. Give me Marcus Jones.
Yeah, and the 49ers had an official meeting with Marcus Jones.
Official meeting, yes.
Just another one of those checkbox. Do they draft all guys that they meet? No. They met with Deebo. They met with Ayuk.
They met with Fred Warner.
With a lot of Fred Warner. They meet with a lot of them, but it's not like they draft all guys that they meet with. But it does tell you there's something there. There is something there.
I see people saying Jones is too small. Jones is literally like the same size as K'Wan Williams, honestly. Yeah. Like they're like same height, almost the same weight. And remember, Jones is going to get bigger, probably a little bit stronger, but he's got the speed and he's got the wit and he makes tackles. Like he's not afraid to play in that box, get up there and get those running backs down by their legs. That's what he does. I love him. And then you can put him on special teams. We haven't had a return since 1994 or something like I don't know, making it up, but I'm just saying it would be cool to have some electrifying pieces back there on special teams as well.
Whenever I look at Marcus Jones, 5'8", 174, he is small.
That's
small.
My height. That's my height.
There you go. What's up, man? You're slot corner. I'll put you out there.
Nah, I'm like 235. I can't play slot corner. I can play linebacker though.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That I could do.
Now, whenever I'm talking about like a small secondary guy, a slot corner, here's what I want to know: can he tackle? Well, guess
he
what?
Can tackle.
This dude has a 0.8 missed tackle percentage rate. And he's played for a long damn time. Best change of direction in the class. If you want to, he does it everywhere he goes. So when you watch the film, he is small. That is correct. But the 49ers have liked that in their slot guys. And so I think he fits that mold. So I think I would go Marcus Jones as well. I think that's a rough one, man. You want another rough one? You want another rough one?
Give it to me rough, baby. Pause.
I love it. Okay, here we go. Who is the starting safety opposite of Jimmy Ward week 1?
So you don't even give me any choices, right?
Well, I mean, the choice is on the roster currently.
Okay, right? So that's where we're going. All right, so is it
Arvarius Moore or
Hufanga?
I think it's going to be Hufanga. Now it could be you think they're going to draft Jaquan Brisker from Penn State.
Let's not put the draft picks in there because if they do draft Brisker, he starts. That's a no brainer. I'm sorry, he's better than Hufanga. He's better than Tavarius Moore.
And I want to let everybody know I didn't share these notes with Wayne. Like I'm just 100% putting him on the spot because I love this dude. And like he's real. He's a real person. And so like he's going to give it to you whatever. And so I hope he does this to me sometime. You know what we need to do next week is you need to come up with your stuff and you need to put me on the spot.
All right, say less. All right, here we go. So Callie is telling me to be easy because I said give it to me whatever I said. No doubt, Callie. I got you, brother. But here we go. Tavarius Moore, I'm not high on the kid. I never have been. I do like him in roles. I do think he provides great depth, especially as a dime back. Like you put him in a dime package, he plays that one role. He's covering that one side of the field and that quarter's defense or whatever we playing back there. He's covering that. Boom, the ball's thrown. He can see it. Boom, react. Boom, interception. That's what he's good at. But that doesn't mean he hasn't gotten better. I would love to see Hufanga continue to get better. I just don't know if safety is it for him in the NFL. Do we move him to that linebacker, that hybrid role, and have him spell the linebackers and be able to play safety? So if I had to pick one of those two guys, I think you got to go shoot. I'm going to go with Hufanga, man, because I mocked him last year in the draft, and he's a pick for the 49ers. That's my dude. You know why? Because give me a person that just play reactionary style. He going to mess up, but he goes out there. He has the wit to play football. Let that cat play football.
He's a gold helmet guy, right? The 49ers, I think, had 5 of them last year that they gave gold helmets to that, were the player, the person, the instincts, the physicality that they wanted.
That's all I need, brother. That's all I need. I don't care if he messes up. I don't care if he messes up.
Remember the freaking blocked punt? Who scored the touchdown on that one, right?
I've been trying to tell people, but they were like, oh, well, he just had to pick up but did you know how hard it is to just pick up a ball after it's just been chilling there for like 30 seconds? On top of that, it was snowy. On top of that, he had to grab it and score. Come on, Gina. Y'all know that.
That play, I did a freeze frame. I wish I would have like screen captured it, but everybody's like looking for the ball, and you can see everybody is looking in 30 directions. Like all the Packers, everybody's just, and because it went straight up in the air. Like, I mean, it was a sky ball, right? And so everybody's just doing this, and sure enough, Hufanga came down with it. And I'll say the thing that I think people forget, he was taking playtime away from Tart when Tart was healthy.
Yes, sir. Like, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. They had him on package. They had him in on packages, bro. They did. They had him in there learning.
All right. Here we go. Next one. Another tough question for you. The 40 hours on the clock. I don't think either one of these players makes it to 61.
Okay.
But this is, whenever I was coming up with these questions, my whole thing was like, man, what would I do? I don't know. I'm on the fence here. Okay. Let's just say hypothetically, these two players are on the clock, whether the 49ers traded up or whatever. Don't care. Christian Watson or Arnold Ebiketie, and they get one of those guys. Edge, crazy speed edge rusher, or the wide receiver. And I have both of them ranked similar in the same area. I think they both go top 50, so I don't think they're going to be there 61. But if that was the decision, what do you do, GM Wayne Breezie? Look at that, man. I'm putting this guy to it today.
Dang, I like Ebiketie, man.
I do too. And I'll say this is the only reason why I did this is because I got hurt today when I strained my calf, and I got mad, and I was like, you know what? I got to exact some anger and put some pain on somebody else. So I'm sorry about this, Wayne. I just want to apologize.
I can't. This is the tough one because I really do think Christian Watson can add another element to the offense. I'm sorry. I'm tired of missing. I'm tired of not having that explosiveness on the offense. Why can't we go out there and put up 41 points a game? You know what I'm saying? But on the other end, you got Arnold Ebiketie coming in on the other side with Nick Bosa. You got speed and power. They both kind of resemble each other. He has bull rushing capabilities too, and he's gonna learn under Chris Kosierek, so he's only gonna get better. I gotta go with Arnold Ebiketie, man.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
I gotta go with Arnold Ebiketie, man. It's something about these Penn State boys, man. Brisker, Ebiketie, and my man Dotson. Like those are three dudes I would like to see on the 49ers. I mean, Castro Fields is out there too, but I don't have high grade on him for a 49er.
The first time I watched Ebiketie, I was like, okay, I'm just going to watch this guy because I was just starting my positions. I was like, okay, this is somebody that fits exactly what the 49ers want at the edge. And so I was just watching him. I knew who Jaquan Brisker was, but I was trying to just spotlight, and I couldn't do it. And every play, I kept my
watching,
eyes
yep.
Who's this dude? I'm telling you, Brisker. Ooh, I love that dude. I think you get another guy that's going to be gone. Then now the positional value is different, but and I say this, I create this question, Ebiketie or Watson, and there's not a wrong choice. I don't think that there is. Now, Paul, who's a great dude, appreciate you, Paul. He says,
Paul.
Make Trey comfortable.
I feel you. I feel you.
That's been my thing that I've been harping on. But yeah, Ebiketie, again, what's more? And I think another thing has happened this offseason. I wasn't planning on talking about this. But whatever. I'll introduce it here. I'll probably do a whole show on this. I felt like the most premium positions in the NFL, quarterback stand alone.
Number
then
one.
You have edge rusher that's in a tier by itself. But my third tier has been corners and offensive tackles.
Really? Oh, yeah. Okay.
But now I feel like wide receiver has just jumped. Now wide receivers might even pass tier 3. It might be edge and wide receivers because they're getting paid similarly. Like you look at what Von Miller got paid $20 million a year. We're seeing. I never would have guessed Von Miller would be making less than wide receivers with what he's doing. But maybe the shift in draft capital and all those things, wide receivers are becoming more and more valuable. Jamar Chase changed things.
Yeah, and you know why? Ticket sales.
Yeah,
points.
Jersey sales.
Sales. Like that's why. I mean, how many? And so that's a good topic because ask yourself this, and I hate to go back to Deebo and Nick Bosa, but I love Nick Bosa. I think he's a dominant force. But you know what? Something that we don't talk about. Did people forget that Nick Bosa missed the whole second year of his NFL career? And so his stacks. How do we not account for that? But we're charging Deebo for missing a year of getting hurt. Yeah. I don't understand us. Like I really don't. And so if you ask which position holds more value, I'm not saying that we can replace Nick Bosa, but there's a possibility they might be drafting the next piece and not sign Nick. I don't know. It's crazy to think that way. You got to find a way to sign Nick. But do you lose that heart of the team, man, which is Deebo? I think Deebo is the heart of the team. I think Nick just provides that extra comfort. And that's why I chose Ebiketie over Christian Watson. The main reason is he'll give Trey Lance more chances. You have a better pass rush, your quarterback will be on the field more.
Yeah. And I will say this, one of the things that the Chargers, right? So let's jump out of the 49ers space for a second. And you look at what the Chargers are doing with Justin Herbert. They added a lot in this offseason. It wasn't just on the offensive side because the problem was last year. And the reason why the Chargers didn't make the playoffs, the best game that Herbert maybe has had in his entire career, they lost because their defense couldn't stop anybody in the run game. And so maybe you're right. And maybe I'm missing it. I want everything. If Trey's successful, I feel like the 49ers entire plan will work moving forward. If Trey struggles, then I'm like, all right, we're going to be in trouble regardless. But it is a much more holistic view. And I will go back to, again, back in the history when Kyle Shanahan was on the Houston Texans, okay, as just a wide receiver coach, I think, right? They asked when they had the number 1 overall pick in the draft, and they went around the room and asked every single coach, Reggie Bush or Mario Williams. That was the question that they asked every single coach.
Don't you tell me Kyle said Mario Williams.
Kyle said Mario Williams.
You got to be kidding me, bro.
He did.
No, he had Andre Johnson at the time, right?
Yeah, and he crushed it with him. Crushed it with him.
Oh, knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, man, he's crushed it with really good wide receivers. That's why I'm trying to figure out, Kyle. Why would you get rid of Deebo, bro? You can crush it with Deebo.
Yeah.
Okay.
You already know it works. You might be able to get 2 wide receivers.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
It ain't broke.
Yeah. That's dope, though. I forgot that he said that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's big picture, man. And maybe I'm too narrow focused, which my wife.
No, never that. I mean, it's cool if you're if you're focused like that, though. I like that tunnel vision.
I love it, man. Wayne, dude, this is fun. You know what's going to be fun, though, too, is when we're covering the draft together next to each other in Vegas, man. We're so close. It's the 12th.
It's coming up.
It's right around the corner, man.
It's right around the corner.
It's so freaking close.
It's cool because you got day 1, which is going to be like stellar. I got to ask you this question because I've been struggling. Okay. So my question to you is, what are you wearing? Because are we dressing up in suits and designers? Because
I've gotten this question like 30 times the past few days.
Well, because I need to know, because I don't want to show up in a jersey, bro, and then you decked out with the Ralph Lauren, Yves Saint Laurent shades. Because I can go get that too. I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm Gucci, baby.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
I love it. So it's a Vegas posh club, no doubt about it. And I don't want to let away. I can't give away what I'm wearing. I can't because it's a statement piece, and I feel like I got to bring the factor. Okay,
But
I'll tell you what I'm
just
wearing.
give me the dress code, then. Damn
Okay.
it! Don't tell me what you're wearing. Just give me the dress code.
T-shirt
Okay.
with a sports coat.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
That's what I'm bringing to the table.
That's all I needed to know.
I know most people, and again, I've been to so many different drafts. Whenever I went to the last draft in New York City, and then when they started moving around to Chicago, Nashville, Dallas, all those places, like I love being there. The majority of fans, it's just a bunch of big old dudes wearing jerseys. That's just kind of what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna be we'll see, man. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Phil, just want to say thank you for the comment. Best show of the latest. I love it. Perfect guest show for the show. John keeps pitching screwballs, and Wayne's hitting out of the park. I trust Wayne. That's why, it's not a got you. It's I'm struggling internally with these questions, and this dude's helping me sort through it. I want the knowledge.
We should keep the show like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if I can continue to knock those screwballs out the park, because sometimes I'm going to swing and miss, just like my Mets. Goddamn Mets.
I like it. Oh, yeah.
What's your baseball team?
Man, so my dad lived in Atlanta, so every summer I would go in Atlanta, and he had season tickets. So, I was at so many of those games back. Greg Maddux, Ron Gant, Neon Dion, all that stuff.
I didn't mean to ask you.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Man. Yeah, so Braves is kind of where my I've been to well over 300 games just as a kid.
You just hurt my heart, though.
Oh man,
because you brought up Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine.
My favorite baseball player of all time is Greg Maddux.
Oh my gosh, one of the greatest pitchers of all time.
Amazing.
But
last year,
I'm a Mets fan, so it hurts when you talk about
everything hurts if you're a Mets fan. Everything hurts. You guys are like the walking voodoo doll of baseball fans. Just paid. But living in LA last year with the Braves, oh my gosh, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. I loved every second of it, man. Anyway, Wayne, for those of them that maybe haven't found their way to your channel yet, which is ridiculous, where can they find your channel? Where can they find your content? You got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yeah, thank you, bro. You can find me on YouTube too. You can go to youtube.com/Wayne Breezie. That's my name right there. So everywhere you can find me at Wayne Breezie, Twitter, IG, Facebook, if y'all still rock with Facebook, LinkedIn, if y'all want to get linked in or whatever you want to call it, it's Wayne Breezie. I also do the Patreon thing as well. That's Wayne Breezie. So all you got to do is type in the URL /Wayne Breezie. You can find me, and I appreciate the subscriptions and the likes, and make sure you guys smash the like button right now, because this podcast, this show right here is definitely number one, baby. Let's go.
Love it, man. Well, guys, I really appreciate you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this conversation. Wayne, I'm going to be bringing this guy back all the time. I just think it's just too good of content. So get used to this face. No matter how ugly he is, I'm just joking. He's
I try to keep it looking young, man. You know what I'm saying? I asked my wife, should I dye the gray hair? And she said, no.
Man, that's in. I'm trying mine to go salt and pepper. It's just taking too long. It's getting there slowly. I want that gray look, man.
Enjoy the non-salt and pepper look right now, bro. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you can.
That and the strained calf running on a treadmill.
That's not funny, but I'm cracking up because only you would go running, jogging after a game of basketball, hours of basketball. Man. Only you, bro. You walk, man. Then you build up to the jog.
I was trying. It was a bad choice. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Thanks. And as always, stay strong, faithful.